Shit, we live?
Yes, sir. You already know we live. What's poppin', y'all, man? It's your boy, JG.
You already know it's Jay Jonah.
Diving into Season 9, Episode 3.
We moving, bro. You already know we running, bro. I feel like this shit just started, but we already keeping going, right?
I don't know what happens, bro. It's like, where'd the time go?
Man, I don't know either, bro. But you already know it's a special one today. We got an odd, you feel me? We got an individual in the studio today, man. In my mind, when you think of the 3 C's that JG loves to throw out, that cool, calm, and collected, bro, I've known this boy for 30 minutes, and that's the vibes I'm getting, you feel me?
Facts.
It's not only a special day because we're here in the studio, it's a special day, bro, because this man came and fucking spent his born day with us over here in the BSP.
Happy birthday!
Hell yeah, let's clap it up one more time for him, bro. You already know we had to give him the 1-2 when he came in the room and all that shit. This is one, bro, I promise you guys, this one you want to go get rolled up, get your drinks poured, and get your paper and pens ready. Because, boy, we about to go to school and have a great time. You feel me?
Have some fun.
If y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about, bro, please give a BSP elevated perspective for my boy Marcus the Motivator.
Yes, sir. That's what I was going to say. We're going to start that off, man. Come on now.
What's up with you, bro? How you doing?
Man, I'm blessed, man. I'm 39 today. I'm here.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Hold on. Can we get happy birthday, my dog?
Happy birthday!
One more time.
Appreciate it,
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
If you don't know what we're here to do on the BSP podcast, bro, we're here to give an elevated perspective on everyday situations, talk our shit, and bring some real news to the table.
Yes, sir.
You feel me? And while we do that, you already know it's his birthday, so you know we celebrating something. You feel me?
So don't judge me.
What we drinking on today, JG? You want to let them know? It's the yakky yak.
Yes, sir. I will let you know. First and foremost, Marcus, I do want to say thank you for coming out, taking the time out of your day on your birthday to come kick it with us. You know what I'm saying? Us little young bows over here that think that, you know what I'm saying? Think that we able to have something. We gonna learn something today. You feel me?
Get them papers and pens.
But we did go ahead and try and bless ourselves and, you know, my man for his birthday, bro. We got that VSOP, Cognac, Hennessy, got that privilege. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Like, it ain't just the regular Hennessy, y'all. So hopefully it's gonna keep us going smooth.
I don't know how your New Year went, but for some reason I've been on the dark this New Year. 2021, I was always on the white, like the lights, the tequilas was heavy, but I don't know why I'm on cognacs going into 2022.
You don't drink that normally?
I mean, I do cognac normally.
Yeah.
I went away from it for a while. When I got into my own spot early, bro, I would Henny all on the wall and shit until I got that heartburn feeling the next morning. Just starting to get a little heavy.
Worst hangover.
Right. Right.
Clear is like, you know, I like Hennessy, but you can't drink Hennessy if you gotta go to work the next day. Like you can wake up with a headache.
Say that.
You can drink some.
It's not even the headache. I said that heartburn for me, bro. When that heartburn hit me, that should be hurting in the morning.
What's your tequila preference? Like, you know, everybody has their ideas, but like, if we could get it on record.
1942.
The 1942.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Say that.
I drink that.
But that ain't something that you share that with people. Is that something you just drink to yourself?
That's a good question.
I got some bougie ass friends. I'm just gonna be honest. Like if you come out the store with anything less than that, they gonna be looking at you like, really?
Damn.
Okay.
Say that. No, I respect that.
That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. I feel you.
So we
y'all
keep...
fuck with the Clase Azul too, though? I was heavy on the Clase Azul shit. But before it was for the hype, bro. I swear I caught on, but that shit was mad when that hype shit
I ended up drinking the shit because, you know, you be around people that drink the shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then you end up drinking it. And then you try to show it with
you
a
want to bring your mic a little bit
bottle
closer to you, bro? There you go. Yep. Perfect. Nah, I feel you. Ready to get in? I mean, we want to take a shot? We can take a shot if we want to.
Take a shot right now?
We can. I mean, we warmed up a little bit. We got to get that bottle deep.
All right. This gonna be a
y'all try to dig deep.
I mean, we got to.
Go
Let's go.
ahead and start it off. Yeah, my first question. Cool, calm, collected, like Jay Jonah say, man. That's all it is. Marcus, if you could take us back as far as you can. Like, I'm just trying to figure out what was it like for my man, Lil Marcus the Motivator. How was it like that growing up? If you can, what was the start point?
Damn.
Because you grew up in Cali?
Nah, bruh. This crazy that you asked me this, because you're the first person to ever ask me this, but I tell bits and pieces of my story like all the time. So I grew up in a small town called Mooringsport, Louisiana.
Mooringsport?
Mooringsport.
Mooringsport?
M-O-O-R.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Mooringsport. And I was raised by my great-grandfather. And my great-grandfather was born in 1909.
Oh, wow.
Okay?
God bless.
So we talking about... my partner's probably called me for my birthday. So when I was born... I was raised by a man that was born in 1909. You feel me?
You poured up, right?
Yeah, I poured. I'm good. I ain't finna get that. You know what I'm saying? So he was born in 1909. So he raised me in mooring sport on his farm.
Yes, sir.
You feel me? So my story crazy, bro. So my mother grew up in Shreveport. So my mom was married to someone, my two sisters' fathers. And he was real abusive and everything. So my mother, him and my mother separated. And she ended up getting pregnant by my father. And he didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? So to basically save my life, my mom escaped out to the country, basically, to live with my great-grandfather.
Goodness.
So he built us a shack.
Around what year is this?
I was born in 83.
83?
Yeah.
People can put the math together. My boy turned, how old? 39? 39, boy. Yes, sir.
Proudly. But,
this is the start.
Right.
Yeah, so this is a true story. I ain't never told this story before. So, she escaped out to the country because, you know, he was a bad person. So, he actually put my sister in the freezer. He put my sister in the freezer.
Goodness,
I swear,
man.
I'm not making none of this shit up, right?
I know you laughing
I'm finna tell y'all a story.
Let's go.
I'm finna tell y'all a story. It's finna be crazy. So, my mother go out to the country to my grandfather's farm. My grandfather built her a shack in the middle of the cow pasture. Built her an outhouse and everything. And I was born. So when I was born, I was raised by my great-grandfather, you know, on his land. You know, he had a couple acres. And so every morning I would wake up, the rooster would crow. I knew to get up. I'd run over to my grandfather's house, and me and him would go in the chicken coop, get the chicken eggs. We'll milk the cows. We'll mow the field. We'll burn the trash. We'll take the eggs in to my grandmother with the milk, my great-grandmother, his wife. And then we'll go finish feeding the cows, you know, filling up the trough, whatever needed to be done. And we came back in, my grandmother had breakfast for us, you know what I'm saying? And then he taught me every day. And then he taught me how to pray, you know. He taught me about God. He taught me everything. He taught me how to mow the field. He taught me how to everything, you know what I'm saying? But the number one thing he always taught me was faith. Because my family believes that manifestation is real. You know, it's not just a figment of your imagination.
I mean, which it is, bro. Manifestation. If you speak that shit to the world, bro, it's coming back.
The reason how that happens is through faith. Feel me? You can only manifest what you believe you can do.
True.
You know? So anyway, I was raised in this way by him, and he took me to church every Sunday and everything. So when I was like maybe 4, 5. My sister's father, he shot a police officer and then he killed himself. So, because he was dead, now we can move away. You know what I'm saying? So go back to the city. Now, my last name is Jackson. My grandfather who raised me, his name is Robert Phillips. So my family's last name is Phillips. I got the last name of the man that wanted me dead. You know what I mean? But that's my last name. How
you feel about that now?
Brother, this story get deep.
Okay. I'm ready. I'm all the way in.
True story. This is what's going to make this so crazy because I never told it before.
Yes, sir.
So, we move out to the city, Shreveport. And, now, I'm going to go back a little bit. When I was living with my grandfather, I would go to church every Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
And one Sunday, I was like 5 years old. And one Sunday, I got up in front of the church. My mom like, what you finna do? I'm like, I got to do something real quick. So I got up in front of the church. And I said, I know I'm a kid. But I said, I know God is real. And everybody looked at me. Now, I couldn't read. I couldn't read till I was like almost 10 years old.
But you know, it's taught.
Right. But what it was, I actually learned to read with my Bible. But anyway, I said that. So the church would always want me to do like speeches and stuff, like talk, like I'm talking to y'all. But they would want me like, you know, when you go into a Baptist church, they have like pastor's birthday. They got Sister's Pearl birthday, Senior Citizens Appreciation Day.
Yes, sir.
You know, Easter,
yes,
you got to do the speeches and stuff like that.
Yes,
so
sir.
even though I couldn't read, I can always freestyle it. And whatever I would freestyle would like be like doper than anybody's speech that they was writing. You feel me? So the church would always ask me to do that. So I remember this one speech when I was like 7. It was Senior Citizen Appreciation Day. Y'all just gotta let me tell this story, okay?
I'm listening to you, my man. Because it really is intriguing already.
Okay, so it was Senior Citizen Appreciation Day, and the church had asked for my mother to have me to speak.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oops.
JG already took his. He said, "Well, fuck you too, JG."
So my mother came to me, right, and she was like, she's like, Marcus, you know, the church wants you to speak. They want me to go over what you want to say. They wanted me to write something. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna say whatever God put on my heart. I was 7. Feel me?
No script.
Wow.
Promise you. Right? So when I went in there that day, I remember it too. My grandfather was sitting right there. You know what I'm saying? And I just said what came to my heart. And what I said just moved everybody, right? Women was running out. It was serious, right?
Jeez.
But my mother wasn't in there. But she was like, she tells me about it. She was like, oh, that was the most proudest moment because everybody was telling her what I said. I don't even remember what I said. My grandfather was right there. And he was just like, yeah, that's my grandson. You know what I'm saying?
Talking that.
What?
Yeah.
That felt so good. I'd never forget that. But
7 years old.
yeah.
That's amazing.
So time goes on. When my mother moved to the city, we had it hard because my mother was very prideful.
What's the city? I'm sorry.
Shreveport.
There we go.
Yeah,
And,
my mother.
and that's Louisiana as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all in Louisiana. My family been in Louisiana since slavery. Got a story about that too. But yeah. So when we moved to the city, you know, it was different. You know what I'm saying? You had gangs and shit. At this time, you had Crips and Bloods. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you ever seen the documentary Bangin' in Little Rock. Y'all look at that, bro. It was in the early 90s. It was about the gangs and shit in Little Rock, Arkansas.
It was crazy.
And, you know, Shreveport and Arkansas, you know, right there. But anyway, I'm going to just speed up a little bit. So, long story short, when we moved to the city, Shreveport, I would go back and forth to the country to see my grandfather. Because my grandmother passed away. So after my great-grandmother passed, you know, everybody wasn't going to, you know, your grandparents' house.
Was the city different, like big difference from the country in that sense? I said, because, bro, my pops is in Texas and he's in the country, like, and then going to, like, San Antonio. I'm like, holy shit.
What? That's why they call it the country.
I got you.
When you go past a certain, like a certain area, it'll say leaving city limits. You feel me? Yeah. So that means all city services is cut off. Right. You responsible for your water. You responsible for your gas.
All that.
You know what I'm saying? You responsible for your trash.
Right.
All that shit.
Yeah.
So my grandfather lived in the country.
What was the gas like? Like, how was you guys? Was that propane?
We had a big propane tank in the front yard.
There we go.
It was like a big one. And like once I don't know how often the big propane tank would come through. You know, I could see it coming through the woods and shit down Rocky Road. And I get juice. I don't know why I used to get juice. Because that was my only time seeing big trucks. So we lived in the country. Mm-hmm. So it'd come through and then it'd hook up to the propane tank. And I just remember the smell of it. But whenever that happened, I knew my grandma was going to cook some shit too. Because we got some fresh propane. Mm-hmm. So now the stove working. Oh, it's finna go down.
It's
finna go down. You know what I'm saying? So, but when I was 13, I'm going to just speed up though.
Nah, slow it down.
It's a lot, bro.
We got time.
We'll break it down too, because it's good. So I mean, wherever you already know, just let us know,
bro.
We got time. I want you to go back and be like, I wish I could have said.
Yeah. This okay.
Drink a cold one too, bro. You look parched. Shout out cold one. You know you're gonna get him right. That 9.5 pH alkaline. Mm-hmm. Drink that water. You have him right. You about to be over here spitting that gospel to you guys. Watch.
I'm about to tell y'all some shit, bro. I'm telling you.
Go ahead.
Everything I'm gonna tell you is gonna be facts. This the first.
Yeah, is this the first time ever you hopping on camera and being on the podcast? Yeah.
BSP exclusive, y'all.
BSP, man.
First time, bro. I ain't never told this story before. And everything that I'm gonna tell you is true.
Hell yeah.
So,
next song.
I would go to my I would go out to my grandfather's house pretty much every weekend. Now me, I was held back in kindergarten.
Turn it down a little bit too.
And then I dropped out of 6th grade.
Wow.
Feel me? Because I couldn't read. It was hard. You feel me? And when we moved away from my grandfather's house, my mother was real prideful. So when my sister's father, he killed himself and shit, we would get Social Security. You feel me? And then we would get food stamps. We even moved to public housing when we moved away from my grandfather. But my mother, she was prideful. She didn't want that. You feel me? She wanted to work, even if that working meant minimum wage. You feel me? So we had it hard. You know what I'm saying? We had it hard. So because it was so hard, not being able to read and all that shit, school was hard. You feel me? And I think when I got to the 6th grade, I was calling him a bitch ass nigga. My cousin got me into some shit at school. You know what I'm saying? Where he robbed a teacher or some shit. And then he gave me the shit he robbed the teacher with. But I didn't know he robbed the teacher. You feel me? And the kid seen him give me the shit.
Oh, come on now.
So when the kid when they got on the and I put the shit in my locker, you feel me? I thought he beat somebody up and took it. I wasn't tripping off that. I didn't know you robbed a teacher.
Right.
Now,
Right.
You feel me? I didn't know that.
Right.
But whatever. So the kids seen me put it in my locker. So at the end of the day, I'm in my music class. Day almost over. I'm like, cool, the day almost over. And I hear over the loudspeaker, if anyone has information on a stolen, it was a CD player, it was a CD player, but this like 96, so a CD player was like the shit to have.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You needed that.
If you have any information, there is a reward. Please call the principal. I'm like, fuck.
He said this shit in my locker now.
It's 15 minutes until school is out. Mind you, my school is in Morningsport, but I live in the city in Shreveport. So you when you catch the school bus, it's like you gotta go for hella miles and shit. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get. I hope. So we got like 5 minutes left. All of a sudden the door open, and that same kid who saw me walks in. And then the principal walked in behind him. I'm like, fuck. And then he pointed to me. He was like, yeah. I'm like,
oh, got me.
He was a brother?
Hell yeah.
Oh, hell no. What the hell?
Probably, man, listen. I grew up in the South.
It's nothing but brothers.
Well, come on.
Say that. All
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
Say that.
So he pointed to me. I'm like, oh. So I ended up getting suspended. So I called my grandfather. He didn't even ask me no question. And then I was suspended. So when I came back to school, I seen the kid that snitched on me. And I waited until 15 minutes before school was out, and I beat him up.
Oh, hell.
And then I ran and hid on the bus, and that was the last day I went to school.
6th grade.
No. So what happened, that was 6th grade. So this is finna be a true story.
6th grade, though, man.
6th grade, right?
Now, I got to ask, you say you had difficulties reading. I don't blame you. I blame the teachers.
Yeah. Now, I blame the teachers.
Where is that? How was the teachers, how can we speak about that? How was teaching back in the South? Because all I know is California curriculum. You know what I'm talking about?
Let me tell you something. When I went to school, this going to sound crazy, but when I went to school, we got paddled by the principal. The teachers whooped us.
Paddled on the hand or the butt?
No. The principal could paddle you 3 times with a paddle. The teachers could hit you on the hand with a ruler. It was a part of the system of school. I promise you, it was normal.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's how you
know
what you're gonna do.
I'm gonna tell you this though. We was well mannered. We would never say. I would never talk to an adult and not say yes, ma'am, or yes, sir. You feel what I'm saying? Never. Now you look at it now like, oh, I would never. But in the South, the mentality of it takes a village to raise a child. They really live by that. You know what I'm saying? When I would play outside in the neighborhood, it didn't matter if my mother saw me. If the neighbors saw me, I had to worry about that. Because Mr. Odell down the block, if he see me acting up, he gonna whoop my ass. And he gonna tell my mom. And then she gonna whoop me again. Right. No, she gonna whoop me again.
That's crazy.
For even embarrassing her to make him have to whoop me. But that's how the South was.
The South. Wow.
You feel me? That's how I was raised. You know, my whole family. So... Damn, I don't know if I should tell this part now or later. This shit crazy. So look.
You enjoying yourself, bro. It's your birthday, bro.
I'm going to tell you. So look.
Take a sip. We
so
solid.
in Morningsport, right, my grandfather had his 2 acres, right? But a little bit down the road, I'm going to say about 2 miles, it was a road that's called a Charity Phillips road. and it went to what's called the Phillip Farm.
Okay.
Now my grandfather's name is Robert Phillips. That's my family's name.
Okay.
My last name Jackson. I'm not related to any Jacksons. I have that last name because of the man who.
You live with the Phillips.
Yeah.
Right, you grew up
Feel
with
me?
the
But
Phillips.
the Jacksons I'm not related to at all.
Right.
It's just I took that last name because my mother was married to my sister's father.
Mm-hmm.
And in the South, even if a man don't sign your birth certificate, you're gonna take his last name and everything. So I took his last name.
Gotcha.
Even though he was a nigga that wanted me dead, I had to take his last name.
Gotcha. But
down the road was 40 acres, and it was called the Phillip Farm because that's my family's name. And my great great grandparents was a part of one of the first secret societies formed by black former slaves.
Wow.
Okay. It's called the Mosaic Templars of America. It was formed in 1883.
How long have you known this?
I found this out Tuesday.
Oh wow, recent.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Let me tell you why I found it out Tuesday. Because I took this whole week to sit and meditate and reflect and extract whatever it was I needed to know before this podcast.
Right.
Feel me? I do this with everything.
Okay.
So I know whatever I need to know, I'm going to know if I go looking for it. If I ever would have... Because see, every time I went to my grandmother's gravesite, my great-great-great-grandmother's gravesite, she's buried next to my grandfather, I would see that symbol. I never knew what it meant.
Right.
But I knew that the 40 acres that we lived on...
Wow.
That road was in her name.
That's awesome.
And I lived on that land at one point.
So finding out this information, how did you feel? Like,
listen, I'm still dealing with that.
Right. Okay.
Feel me? This has been a crazy week.
I feel you.
So,
eye-opening.
The Mosaic Templars of America was formed in 1883. Now, my grandfather, who I keep telling you about that raised me, now this is my great-grandfather. All right? He was 74 when I was born. This was his grandmother. So she taught him everything. You feel me? Now, the point of this society was to help form businesses for people of color, a hospital, a school. I'm talking about in the late 1800s. My family, my bloodline was my grandma. You know what I'm saying? But I never understood this history. You feel me? Now, what's crazy is this is what I do now.
Okay.
I'm listening. I didn't even know this until Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? So, my grandfather...
I get what he's saying. Everything just comes
full circle.
You see what
I'm going to show you... I'm finna show you some full circle
Because people don't know. Some people might not know who Marcus Motivator is. We have a sense, so it's like we got to get it out. You know what I mean? Because they need to know who you are now, too. Nobody knows
this, bro. See, people see the product of the tree, but they don't understand what type of tree it is. Because, honestly... Not only am I discovering it, I've never even shared it.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So, as I learn, I share. You know what I'm saying? Everything happens for a reason. Like, not only is today my birthday, but today is also the day that my grandfather died.
Oh, man.
On my 19th birthday.
Oh, man.
His gravestone says his birthday and my birthday.
This episode is brought to you by 209 Good Leaf. I'm smoking today, JG. This some gas sizzle.
Even to you, Jay Jonah, to come to the set and not bring me no weed.
Man, bro, you already know we have a solution. Just hit the ladies down at 209.
209?
209 Good Leaf.
Oh, the ladies at 209 Good Leaf.
Man.
I did hear about that, honestly.
They'll have it here in T-minus no time.
They did say 30 minutes or less. We got you for the express.
You better hurry up, because I'm rolling up.
Hold on, I got the menu.
Episode's about to start.
Oh, they actually got a good amount of flour here. Okay. Bam.
Go
hold on. Wait. Hey, man. Bam. Tell them about that. We just gonna sit here and wait. Now, I wasn't lying to you, was I, boy? I wasn't lying to you, now, was I?
Bro, that wasn't a wait.
She was nice. She was really nice, too, at the end of the day. But like I said, bro, got me 2 ace, about 27 minutes.
Wow.
Beat it yourself. You can't beat that.
That's insane. Hey, I said T-minus no time. They did it literally in no time. Shout out 209.
Anybody who knows me, no matter what they think about me, they'll attest to this. I lived in a house in 2005, and in the middle of it, I had roommates, 2 partners, and in the middle of the night, I told God spoke to me in the middle of the night, and I told my partner, I said, bro, I'm finna move. God told me to move. I said, bro, I'm finna move. He like, what you mean you finna move? I said, bro, I gotta move. He's like, you gotta give a 30-day notice. I said, bro, God told me to move, bro. I gotta move, bro. I moved 2 days later. I can't make this up. His parents, because his parents own the house. His parents was pissed at me because I had just set the fucking kitchen on fire on accident. And then on top of that, I'm telling y'all I'm finna move, so it looked like some snake shit, right? But nobody understood when I was like, man, God said I gotta move, right? So I moved. My daughter is, let's see, this was January 2005. Yeah. So my daughter is 9 months old, actually.
Right now?
At this time?
At this
time.
Okay.
And I was supposed to have her that night. And so I moved, found an apartment. God led me to the apartment. It's crazy. That's a whole nother story. I got so many stories. But I'm going to make it short. I moved. The day after I moved, my partner who told me not to move, he called me 6 o'clock in the morning. He said, Blood, you ain't going to guess what happened. I said, what? He said the whole roof of your room collapsed.
Oh.
My right-handed guy. Wow. I can call 5 people right now. Every last one will be like, he ain't lying.
Wow.
The whole roof of my room collapsed. Only my room. There was a fire in the ceiling. Collapsed right where my bed was at. Feel me?
You be smashed like a pancake type thing.
Speaking on your spirituality, are you Christian? Are you Catholic?
I'm a believer, bro.
Okay. Spiritual in general. Have your own relationship.
And I'm going to tell you this. I was always raised a Christian and a Baptist.
Gotcha.
Feel me? Always. Because everything operates on the system. But what I was taught, what I believe now, is religion was created by man to profit off the reality of God. See, God is real, right? Manifestation is real. If I know that if you believe certain things going to happen, I'm going to tell you that if you believe it the way I tell you to believe it, then you're going to look at me as the reason why it happened. And I want 10% for that, by the way. You know what I'm saying?
You got it.
So I can get into... I'm really trying to pick and choose what I go at you, because I could talk about this vaccine shit. I could finish telling you my story.
Don't talk about the vaccines. YouTube going to take us down, motherfuckers.
I can talk about business. I can talk about manifestation.
I want to know, what was a difficult time in your life that you had to try and find a positive in it? And with, like, okay, well, let me actually look at my question. I want to know a point in time in your life where you went through a difficult situation and not only stayed positive, but also made a positive outcome out of the situation.
Bro, I'm really trying to figure out which story I want to tell you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Since you asked me that, fuck it, I'm gonna talk my shit. I'm gonna tell the truth.
Salute. That's fine with me.
Don't take your shot without me, bro.
Well, cheers then, motherfucker.
Bro.
Damn.
Yeah, cheers. Cheers, my boy.
Yeah,
cheers,
cheers,
Happy
bro,
birthday.
Cheers. Here we go. So in 2019 was the worst year of my life. Okay. I started my company, Blueprint Success. Okay, that was a credit repair company that I started. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
I learned how to do credit. I learned how to buy a home. Figured it all out on my own. You feel me? I bought the home that I was renting, fixed my credit. You know what I'm saying? Fixing other people's credit. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make this into a business. You feel me? I was still working 50 hours a week. I was working 60 hours a week because I worked Monday through Saturday, 10 hours a day. I was a driver. It's like 5 minutes from my house.
Oh, you're a driver?
Yeah, I was driving and shit. Delivery driver for this company called ATD. You feel me? Tires and shit. You feel me?
But doing the credit shit on the side.
Right, so I was building. Yeah, exactly. Get home, working on that shit. But I wanted to be legit, you know, because I know my people didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? I know my people didn't have that. If I want everything I figured out, I had to search for it. I mean, we don't get taught that shit. We don't get taught credit. We don't get taught how to buy a house.
Right.
We get taught if you can afford to rent a nice house, then you're doing good for yourself.
Bro, you're talking your shit. I keep saying recently. It's about a couple years now, but I just started getting my credit right, bro. Yeah. I didn't get it right early like I should have. You know what I mean?
So I was working on that, and I had a plan. You know, I had a plan on how I was going to transition and how I was going to exit into doing it full time. I was at the Lake Merritt. I was at Lake Merritt every weekend with my setup, passing out flyers. I had mobile apps. I was bonded with the state, accredited with the DOJ, had commercials, all the shit, because I wanted my shit. My grandfather always taught me greatness. Greatness should always be your goal. And if it's obtainable, you should always make sure you obtain it. So
right now went down.
You feel what I'm saying? So for me, it was like, nah, if we can be better, we gotta be better. If we can do that, why not do that? Because I don't ever want a person to have to look for a reason to come to my company. I want you to look for a reason not to come to my company because you ain't gonna find one. All right. So now you just hating. That's cool. Go ahead. But I know for my people, we didn't have that. So
well, hold on. I gotta get this question out. I debate this all the time. Does carrying a credit on your credit card, like carrying a balance on your credit card, does that make your value in your credit go up?
You want to carry a balance so you can show that you're using it.
Okay.
You just don't want to be over 30%.
Okay, because I'm the type, bro, I'll just pay that shit off right away.
Nah, you want to, I mean, if you're going to pay, as long as you pay it off within that 30 days, it's fine. You know, but you don't ever want to go over 30%. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Because sometimes if you don't use a credit card, they'll cut your shit off. They'll lower your limit and other shit.
Keep it on the topic. How important is it to understand the value of credit? Especially in this life we live today.
If you don't have cash to just, create the life that you want. I mean, because if you got that cash, you ain't creating a life. You already got it. You know what I'm saying? You got $100,000 to just spend on a business, then you don't really need to do that. You straight already. You know what I'm saying? You having fun with it. But credit is what allows you to be able to finesse the system. You can use that money instead of your own money. You feel me? But it's a trap if you allow yourself to get trapped. You feel me? If you get caught in the loop, because see, everything is a system. See, they win when you stop paying on time. They win when you realize you can pay a little bit instead of paying it all off. They win. And they know statistically, most people are going to choose comfort over logic. So they're going to win.
Right.
But if you play it right, you win. Because if you use your credit card, you're not liable for anything that goes wrong. You use your credit card.
You're playing with money that doesn't exist.
You know what I'm saying? It's their money. And your money's sitting over here safe. And then you can use that credit to be able to start a business, buy things for your business that makes you money. So now when you're paying off that credit card, you're not only paying off the credit card, that credit card is making you money.
Right.
And you just keep throwing that money over there to your money.
Like for a young bull that's listening to this and wants to say, hey, all right, I got all the cash, but I also want to build my credit now too. How would you suggest, from your opinion, starting up?
They say they got cash. And
they got all this shit ready, but they just got no credit, and they want to get the credit game right. What would you say to them? Man,
there's so many different people to go to. I personally, my company, we used to just, my company, Blueprint Success, right? We used to take in, that's all we used to do was credit. I don't even do credit no more. Because to really do somebody's credit right, you got to give it the attention it needs, So I got affiliates now that I can send them to, you know what I'm saying, who will take care of it like that. Because trying to teach credit, I'm not going to teach credit. You know what I'm saying? Because it can be complex. But I got so many different things I'm paying attention to. It's like I can't teach that. But what I can do is tell everybody, pitch into the system. You know what I'm saying? If you know you want to get your credit right, and you know a black-owned company, or, you know what I'm saying, somebody in your community who can do that, don't allow your pride to stop you from getting your credit right because you don't want to go support that. You know what I'm saying? Because you supporting them is what's going to allow you to obtain your dreams. You know what I'm saying? People be so prideful. But if people just, and here's the thing about it. You can learn anything off YouTube and Google, to be perfectly honest with you. Because you're either going to pay for something with money or you're going to pay for something with time. You're either going to spend the time or you're going to spend the money. If you spend the money, somebody else is going to do it for you. But if you spend the time, you gain the knowledge. The thing about knowledge is you can always make money off knowledge once you have it.
Everybody will pay for an opinion.
Yeah.
Goodness.
You know?
What you just said, though.
You know what I'm saying? You could pay for a service, but you don't have that knowledge. You just have the application of that service. I got many business partners. But before I allow somebody to play a pivotal part in any of my businesses, I have to know how to do what you do. Because if I don't, that means that my business is only successful as you playing your part. And that gives you too much power over me. And I can't have that.
Right. Now, when starting up a business, from your experience, what has been a level that you've seen, why has it been a level that you've seen businesses fail and not succeed in the ways that they, should have once they start?
It just comes down to consistency, bro. And honestly, I'm going to tell you where people fuck up at. People fuck up at when they go after things because of the money and not the passion. Period. You can go to somebody. You ever go to somebody's page and they got business links, and either the web page don't work, or it go to an Instagram page that they ain't posted on in a year. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They gave up on it. And you can look at their page and you can see the shit that they really doing, but they don't know how to make money off the shit that they really doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the thing that they really doing is what they enjoy, but the thing they thought they can make money off of, they don't care enough to keep paying attention to it. My advertising for my company, I said, turning passions into business. Because if it's not your passion, I'm never going to tell you to do it. If you're not passionate about it, you're going to quit as soon as it get rocky. If you're not passionate about it, you're going to worry about how much money you made versus how much progress you made. You ain't going to measure it right. You ain't going to have the right perspective. You're going to give up as soon as you get uncomfortable. And that's where people fuck up at. So I found a way to make money off everything I'm passionate about. I love boats and being on the water, so I turned into a boat company. Right. You feel me? I loved helping people with credit and shit, so I turned into a credit company. I love helping people with taxes, so now I got a tax company. I love throwing my kids extravagant parties, so now I got Sweet and Sour Dreamers where we do sleepover teepee parties. They made $100,000 in the first year, and I started that company with $1,500.
Right.
Feel me? I love speaking. I can't shut the fuck up.
Right.
So I created Marcus the Motivator. Everybody got value, bro.
But your financial literacy savviness is like on another level. You feel me? I want to take it back. What was that life lesson that taught you to start focusing on that shit? Man, you feel me? Because, I mean, I know it probably wasn't always there, right? You had to get there.
Let me tell you. So, I'm a hustler, bro. Like, on some... I ain't no gangster. None of that shit. I'm a hustler.
Gotcha.
You feel me? Because I come from a generation of men who believe in providing for themselves. I believe that anything that's a necessity for your life, God is going to provide you a way to be able to provide it without anybody else. Anybody that comes is going to add unto you. Right. You know what I'm saying?
God knows the way. I mean, I've been learning that. I've been learning that recently because that was one thing when it came into 2022. I did want to start building my relationship more. I pray, I do all that, but to actually sit down and build a relationship with God is totally different than be able to just have moments with Him. You get what I mean?
But let me tell you what the misconception is. You're not going to see God because God is with you. You become whatever the fuck you believe you can become, bro. See, I got supreme faith. That's what my mother always tells me. I've had it since I was 5. I ain't perfect. I done fucked up. I done been every negative thing you can be. But the way I was taught is I'm never okay with accepting a fucked up consequence to my choices and then repeating it. I'm going to live my desires. Because the only way I'm going to know what I want is to know what I don't.
He's savvy, bro, because you know what he did? He didn't answer the question, but he answered the question.
Damn. What was the question?
He was describing about the sense of the whole perspective of what I was saying. He just didn't give me a moment of what I was asking. It makes sense, though. I like it. You did, though. You stick with your words, bro. You feel me? Are you in the Bay right now?
Huh?
Are you in the Bay right now? Is that where you're located? Oh, yeah. We got the Bay in it for sure.
I got a tendency, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. When I'm talking, I kind of get in this zone. Right? It's like I'm looking at you, but I ain't looking at you. It's like I'm talking, but I ain't really talking. Right. So you'll find me. I just be talking. But no lie, I will sit by the water, and I do this every day. See, instead of going to work every day, I don't work no more, right? Instead of going to work every day, I realize that all my money, all my ideas, everything I do comes from my mind. I'm self-taught. You feel me? I barely graduated high school.
This episode is brought to you by Cold One. It's blowing smoke!
Yes, sir. What about this thing? Jay, come on now, bro. Bro, you didn't even touch your Cold One?
No way.
Come on now, bro. Do that. I'm going to go use the bathroom real quick.
9.5 pH alkaline purified water? That's some high quality H2O.
I loved what Nipsey Hussle was about. Loved it. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with rappers like that. I love what he was about. I had a connection to him. So one day, I got off work, and someone spoke to me and was like, go to the concert. I think I seen it on somebody's page or some shit that he was going to be there. So I bought a ticket, and I went by myself. And he was doing a victory lap. You know, and I just stood in the audience, man, and I just watched it. And for whatever reason I was supposed to be there, I was just there, and I was just feeling it. And then I left. 9 months later, I get shot in my head. On a Friday, because I was about to launch a new partnership with Blueprint Success that Monday. Got shot in my head. 9 days after I got shot in my head, Nipsey Hussle gets shot in his head and dies.
Oh my God, damn.
This is recent?
This is 2019, brother.
I'm thinking it was bad financially. What, bro? We were down
Listen,
bad.
I'm about to tell you how real God is. You believe what you want to after you hear this. So, it fucked with me. I felt like somebody killed one of my partners because I believed in him. I knew what he was finna do because I was doing the same shit. You feel what I'm saying? I was doing the same shit. So, yeah, he got killed, man, and it fucked with me. So, I was in the process, before I got shot, I was in the process of getting the interior on one of my boats redone. All red and shit. You feel me? Had the crowns in there, the Rolex crown and shit. And then after Nipsey got killed, I named my boat the Marathon. Now, that's big for me because I'm an alpha male. Like, you will never catch me wearing a jersey. I don't give a fuck about no football shit. I mean, it's cool. I like competition, but I ain't no cheerleader for the next nigga unless you my partner or something. Like, I cheer for people in general, but if you ain't finna see Steph Curry wearing a Marcus Blueprint Success shirt, I'm not finna wear a Steph Curry shirt and like no, I'm not doing that. I don't place no man above me.
You respect him, but you won't
I respect him. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But anyway, what was I at?
You was at the point of when that happened. Like, what was the setting of that, Marcus? I mean, you can't just skim past an individual getting shot in the head. I'm not one to condone that type of stuff.
Nah. So what happened was,
lesson that we're here. Right
I was this was back when I was still in the jewelry a lot. You know what I'm saying? But what happened was, I had been working so hard towards Blueprint Success. I had developed a partnership with I had made brochures. I had created a new website. So what I was going to do was, whenever I create a system for a business, you got to figure out how you're going to facilitate clientele. The easier you can do that, the easier it is to make money. Like hustling, right? So I'm like, damn, where's the one place where people who need their credit fix go? It's a fucking car lot. Like,
the car lot. Oh, yeah.
The car lot. You want to go to the car lot, hope you get a car, and then they're going to deny you. So I'm like, well, if I create an affiliate program with my company, every time somebody get denied for credit, the salesperson can refer them to me, and then I'll fix their credit. And then when the credit get fixed, well, my company will fix the credit. Then when the credit get fixed, I turn them back around to him so he can sell them the car, and he get commission from me.
Back in.
Feel what I'm saying?
It sounds,
it was dope, bro. I had brochures and shit, man. It was
sounds
dope.
like a life hack, though.
Bro, listen.
Right? Well, let me get this out. What is one life hack that people underestimate in this life?
Here we go. Faith, bruh.
Faith?
That's it. Listen, if you can understand the power of faith, bro, everything else is easy. Everything else. That's the greatest life hack. Nothing else matters without that. Right. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you anything above that, but if you don't believe it, what different does it matter? It don't fucking matter. You got to believe to keep going when you want to give up. Otherwise, you're going to justify quitting.
You're going to justify quitting.
You're going to justify it. Life is about choices. You become what you believe you can be. What you believe you can become is what you're going to become. You believe you ain't shit, then you're going to live like a person that ain't shit. But my grandfather taught me differently. So because of that, I talk with confidence. I produce with confidence. I've never, and when I say never, I've never not manifested anything that I said I was going to do. Even since I was 5 years old. And that don't come from me trying to be cocky. That don't come from me coming from money. That don't come from me being lucky. That comes from me following the signs and believing when my fear tries to take over.
You know who you are.
Know who I am. But better yet, I know who God is.
Right.
I'm discovering me. Feel me? He's a consistent.
But
I'm evolving.
I'm glad you said that. 39 years old, because I know it's a constant battle. You're never going to figure it out, right? Not to say you never will, but it's just like when it comes to knowing yourself, it's always figuring it out.
Let me tell you what my mother told me. Growing up, I had such a desire, and everything gonna keep going back to my grandfather. Growing up,
I wish I would have been blessed enough to meet him. Sounds like he was a very, very,
Listen.
very great, you know what I'm saying, individual.
I'm giving you what he used to give to me. Feel me? So, growing up, my grandfather was highly respected. Like, we lived in a small town. Like, when I was born, it was 911 people in this whole fucking town. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
When I was born, right? So my grandfather was highly respected. Deacon Robert Phillips, you know what I'm saying? He had his own land. He was one of the Phillips, which is my family, was a respected family. You know what I'm saying? And when I was born, he was 74 years old. So he was my superhero. Like, everything I did, I wanted to be like him. You know what I'm saying? So I believe like he believed.
But
Happy birthday, by the way.
Happy
Listen.
birthday, bro. If y'all over here made it this far, man, make sure
Drop
y'all
a comment from Marcus.
Facts. Make sure you tell him happy birthday and make sure y'all go follow, like, comment, subscribe, man. You already know.
Marcus the Motivator, the THA. Marcus the Motivator. Blueprint Success LLC, when y'all want to get y'all businesses going, you want a business plan written up, you want to figure out how to do this shit and really free yourself. Sweet and Sour Dreamers, when you want to have a party, picnic in the park, you want to have your kids a sleepover, we do that. Playtime Party Boats, when you want to have a party on the water, you want to get on a yacht or whatever. Blueprint Success Taxes, when you want to do your business taxes, personal taxes, whatever. If you need a logo, you can come to me for that.
One-stop
and if
shop.
you need anything in the system that allows you to be successful with your business, you can come to me and I'm going to put you in the community.
Facts.
Not a joke, yo.
Signing out. One more question. I got to get this out real quick while we take this. Cheers, my boy.
Yeah. Cheers,
Hell yeah,
brother.
happy birthday.
Cheers. Thank you.
What's the final goal for Marcus the Motivator?
Damn. The final goal. My final goal, I want to feel like when I'm lying on my deathbed and it's my time. See, I have to imagine, my grandfather, he died today at the age of 91. He taught me everything I know. Everything that I feel, I have to imagine that he felt. All the joy, the knowledge, the abilities created, I have to imagine he felt that. See, my mother told me, she said, she knew I idolized my grandfather. And I used to try so hard to be like him. And so she's telling me, she said, Marcus, you gotta remember, Papa was 74 when you was born. She said, the man you saw was the man he became. That wasn't the man he always was. You idolize a man that became that man.
Oh, I'm learning that with mine, bro. That's crazy.
Right?
I learned that with my grandpa. That's insane.
So, I have to imagine that receiving what he gave me, seeing the life he built, on my birthday, 20 years ago, he laid there on his deathbed, and he feel like he served his purpose. That's all I want. I just want to serve my purpose.
Serve your purpose.
That's it.
Woo. And that's that.
God bless you, Marcus, man.
But we appreciate you for
God
sliding
bless
through,
you today.
my boy.
God bless your birthday,
Right.
the setting, everything,
You
brother.
came here and celebrated with us, bro. That means everything for real.
It means a lot to me, too. Because I didn't choose y'all.
And
God chose y'all.
And with that, happy birthday, man. Shout out Good Leaf Partnership, man. You already know they over here took care of Marcus. They got a little care package for him. They got a little goodie bag over ready to go.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, man. I'm ready.
If y'all don't know yet, man, go ahead and check out Marcus the Motivator. If, one more time, where can they find you at? Where can they find
Marcus,
you at?
I'm going to just give y'all my personal one because I got a million businesses. But get Marcus the Motivator, THA.
Bam.
Marcus the Motivator. Come see me if you ever want to be inspired. Yeah, you want to be inspired, motivated. You want to believe when you don't. I mean, come on, let me. You might see something you might need.
That's real rap, y'all. Y'all, for real. Hit him in the DM. This a real loyal individual over here, man. Signing out this thing. It's your boy, JG.
You already know it's Jay Jonah.
And we got...
Marcus the Motivator.
Can't get another saying it, man.
He got his goodie bag ready to go. Look at him. He's like, I'm out this motherfucker.
Hey, shout out the Raiders, too, man. I ain't gonna cap. You gotta say that.
Yeah.
It's blowing some more.
Yeah.